India. Searches have been carried out at 50 locations in Punjab, Haryana and the national capital. It has now been alleged that the FCI officers were taking bribes. In a big development, 2 arrests have already been made so far, including top FCI officials Rajiv Kumar and Ravindra Khera of the Guru Kripa Rice Industries. Tonight we'll get you those exclusive images of the recovery that has been made. What does this essentially mean for the farmers of Punjab and several other states, and as far as the consumers under the public distribution system? How exactly are they being affected, and why was this happening for all this while? There is a proper rate charge of the money that was basically being made by the corrupt officials in the Food Corporation of India. Let's get you some big breaking news now coming in as far as the recoveries are concerned. In fact, Republic TV had got you the first images of the recovery. In fact, let's just put out that image that we have just accessed of the recovery that has been made so far. We are given to understand that a total of 80 lakh rupees have already been recovered by the Central Bureau of Investigation. CBI is carrying out raids at 50 locations. We are actually live from 2 such locations, one in the national capital. That's the latest image coming in from the search that is being carried out in the national capital. We'll also go to Chandigarh in a short while from now. We'll have to just change this graphic in a short while from now. This was earlier, before the broadcast began. The 60 lakh rupees that was recovered this afternoon. Just a short while back, top sources confirming that this number has gone up. It's now 80 lakh rupees. 80 lakh rupees that have been recovered in the raids. We've also got those exclusive pictures. Let's get those pictures ready right now. Multiple images that have been accessed. It's a super exclusive by Republic TV. Let's move on. 15 lakh rupees hidden inside a washing machine. Now that's another interesting detail coming in from the recovery that has been made. In fact, there was an attempt made by the accused in this particular case to hide the black money inside, of all things, a washing machine. Let's get you more details that we're getting in right now with regards to what is being touted as Operation Kanak, one of the biggest ever crackdown on corruption in the Food Corporation of India. Raids that have been linked to the Food Corporation of India. Let's move a little faster. Let's get more details of this Operation Kanak. Republic TV, the only channel to get you full details. This is linked to the Food Corporation of India. How exactly there is a cartel that is in place, a syndicate that is in place, and the movement of even food grain trucks. All of this essentially being linked to corrupt officials on your screens right now. That's the latest image. Let's go full frame with this latest image now coming in of the bed box. This is a layer inside a bed where money has now essentially been stashed. That's 20 lakh rupees, we are given to understand, has now been accessed. We'll try and put that image in a better way so that you can understand. That's the latest image that we have. We'll also show you the images that we accessed a short while back of the money that was recovered. That's what you see right now. That's the money that has been accessed, money that has been recovered by the Central Bureau of Investigation, and picture that has been accessed by Republic TV. In fact, not just one, multiple such images. The reality of corruption that exists in the Food Corporation of India, and how this has got a direct impact, how the farmers in multiple states have been affected because of this. And let's not forget the consumers, those the poorest of poor who essentially depend on the country's public distribution system. They are being affected. We'll try and explain that to you also in a short while from now, why this becomes very important. Now, how exactly is this? What is this unholy nexus all about? The nexus is between the distribution, the storage, merchants, grain millers, lab assistants, executive directors. So there is a fake bill that is generated. The procurement that is essentially done in a manner that is going to create some sort of an artificial shortage. And then there is the rate chart. Let's put out that rate chart in a short while from now, and you will understand how shocking can this actually get. Topmost officials of the Food Corporation of India are now under the scanner, starting from the executive directors all the way down to merchants, how they have been linked. There is one truck. Per truck, the amount that has been accorded is roughly about 1,050 rupees. And that money is essentially divided between several rank officials, starting from the general manager, the DGM, even the quality check officers. And then, of course, let's also take a look at the fact that you also have the grain millers, the lab assistants, who are also getting more of that money, part of the cut money that they are getting. Let's also show you the breaking news now coming in with regards to the recovery. We'll show you the pictures two sets of images that are now coming in. 20 lakh rupees extra that has been recovered is what we are being told. On your screens, Operation Kanak's latest 20 lakh rupees, which makes it a total of 80 lakh rupees that was seized by the Central Bureau of Investigation. What we'll try and do right now, show you multiple set of images that we have access. Three set of images which show you the nature, the extent of the recovery that is made. And mind you, this is the money that they were making by cheating the poorest of poor in this country. Now, on your screens, those are the images, wads of cash that you are seeing right now. One that has been hidden inside the bedroom, inside the bed, is what we are being told. We are not very sure at this point in time as far as the recovery is made from whose residence. We'll stay with these images for a short while from now, but then we'll also go across, let's put these details out, only network to now reach on the ground where the searches are basically underway. We'll first go across to Amandeep in Chandigarh where the searches are still underway. We'll stay with these images. Let's stay with this first image, the image that we have got of money that is being stashed inside the bed. That's the latest recovery. Let's stick with that. Let's go full frame with the other set of image that is now coming in just a short while back. Let me also bring in my colleague Amandeep while we go across to the image of the recovery that has been made from inside a bed where the money was being hidden. We're also trying to get our hands on the money that was recovered from the washing machine. But let me bring in my colleagues Amandeep and Piyush Ori. While we change the pictures, we'll change the pictures. We'll try and show you the other pictures. Let's also show the third picture while I go across to my colleague Amandeep, who's there at the residence of one of the FCI officials in Chandigarh. And as I understand, the searches are still underway. Am I correct, Amandeep?
Absolutely, Shravan, absolutely. A team from Delhi CBI and even the 4 team members are still inside the residence and search is basically still underway. And in fact, couple of hours back, they have arrived here and in fact, one of the FCI officials who is staying here in Zirakpur basically and in fact dealing with the FCI and his house is being searched by the CBI and a team of 4 CBI officials has arrived here and now the search is still underway. And in fact, Shravan, the way you have mentioned, this scam is very much bigger. It is impacting 3 states, Punjab, Haryana and Delhi. And FCI is the procurement agency. And in fact, in this entire scam, grain merchants, rice mill owners and FCI officials, these are the three people who are actually involved into this. So far, what we are given to understand, Shravan, is that 74 persons have been accused by the CBI and even this operation and this raid and this entire investigation is just not just one day job. Basically CBI has spent good amount of time while investigating this case and while collecting the data from their own intelligence sources, and after collecting the entire concrete evidence against the FCI officials and even about the nexus that is between rice mill owners and even grain merchants.
Amandeep,
and FCI
as I understand, as I can see from those visuals,
not only the lower rank, the top officials.
Amandeep, as I see from those visuals, yes. I'll just request you, why don't you ask your video journalist to give us a closer look, because as I understand the searches are still underway. We can see some of the officials who are still inside the residence. Can we get a closer look of what's really happening right now? Because it is important for the nation to witness that one of those very institutions which are basically responsible for this food supply across the country for the poorest of poor, it turns out that they have been taking bribes, giving bribes, and now that has been completely exposed. We'll show full frame, and let's also put this out that the CBI searches are underway. Republic is very much at the spot in Chandigarh where these searches are underway. Let's go closer. Let's show those images of the searches that are now underway.
Amandeep, take over. Well, exactly, Shravan, exactly. The point is that searches are still underway and CBI is collecting all kind of documents from the residents and from the offices of several people. And this is one of the location, Shravan, and this is basically in Zirakpur in Punjab, and even a society, a private society in Zirakpur where this person is residing. And even couple of hours back, CBI team, 4 officials of CBI have knocked the door and they went inside, and in fact they started searching. He is basically associated with the FCI. He's an FCI official, and that is the reason he's also under the lens. Just because, Shravan, the nexus is actually very big.
By the FCI officials from the farmers, the wheat as well as the rice. These are the 2 crops that are involved into this entire scam. Further fake bills generated.
In fact, Amandeep, I'll just get a quick word. I think so. We seem to be having some problem with your audio line. We'll try and fix that. Well, also quickly, let's go across to my colleague Piyush Odi, who is also joining us from the other raid location. And this time it's from the national capital. Piyush Odi, over to you. What are the details you're picking up? Where exactly are these searches being carried out in the national capital? Do we know the bureaucrat who's basically under this cadre where these searches are basically being carried out? Did you manage to speak to any of the officials in the national capital?
So yes, Shravan, as I'm speaking to you, the raids are still going on, and I would just request my video journalist to just show the visuals over here so closely to our viewers, because we at Republic are the only channel over here at the moment where the raids are going on since 11:30 a.m. And this official, the house in which, the official house of which is being raided, is an executive director. There are over 3 to 4 CBI officials that are gone into his house and are interrogating him over his role of alleged corruption. Now, for some time, at around 4 o'clock, the officials did come out, and we did want to have a word with them, but they did not want to comment on it. We also tried having a word with the executive director, the FCI official whose house is being raided, but he also did not want to comment. He said that he will not like to comment on this issue. So yes, since 11:30 a.m. This house is being raided. This house is located at Khelgaon Marg. This is an official residence, and as Amandeep rightly mentioned, that this is a very big nexus in which the grain merchant owners, the executive directors, the assistants, all of them are involved. So the house at which I am right now reporting from is an executive director with the Food Corporation of India, and it is now going to be interesting to see that after this raid is over, will this person be arrested, or will there be any action that would be taken against him? Back to you in the studio.
Well, thank you very much, Piyush, for getting us the latest details. We are also getting another 2 sets of images coming in of the recovery that has been made. So far, we've been told a total of 80 lakh rupees have been seized by the Central Bureau of Investigation, but this number could also go up because the fact that the searches are still underway at multiple locations, a total of 50 locations. Also more details coming in from our sources from the Central Bureau of Investigation that substandard food grain was also being distributed in not just in the state of Punjab but also in other states, and they essentially believe that it's also because of the corrupt officials within the Food Corporation of India who are essentially responsible of it. Full details of Operation Karak that has been carried out by the Central Bureau of Investigation. That was the top story on This Is Exclusive. We'll be shifting focus to the other big breaking news now coming in. We're getting in some more reactions. Let's listen. Well, shifting focus now to the other big story we're getting in. This is the big breaking news coming in from the state of Karnataka, where the Enforcement Directorate carried out searches at 5 locations in Karnataka's Mangaluru as part of a money laundering probe linked to a cooker bomb blast that took place in the city last year. ED officials conducted raids at a building in Mangaluru where a Congress party office is also located. It is known that the Mangaluru cooker blast accused Sharik's father had rented out one of his properties to Kimane Ratnakar, a Congress leader, to use as an office. In fact, the Enforcement Directorate looking at the other angle. Let's now put out that big breaking news coming in, sensational development taking place in the probe that's coming in. These are the breaking news now coming in from top Enforcement Directorate sources in the state of Karnataka, where we've essentially learnt that Sharik was involved in crypto trading. Let's take a look at it. Let's first put out the big breaking news coming in. ED is probe the money trail, and we're getting in more details of how there is a crypto link that's emerged. Let's put that breaking news quickly, where we're getting in details of the crypto link. That's it. The details now come on your screens. Sources now indicating that funding mostly came in from Dubai. In fact, in the year 2022, his family members received numerous transactions, and we are now also getting in a confirmation that Sharik was involved in crypto trading. In fact, was trading through some of the big crypto exchanges operating in India. They're looking at where the funding came in. Let's also put out that big breaking news that for the Mangaluru operation itself, 4 lakh rupees. Let's put that out. Let's put out the breaking news that 4 lakh rupees, that's the amount that he had actually received for carrying out the operation in Mangaluru. Sharik was actually involved in crypto trading, funding that was mostly from Dubai, and his relatives, his immediate relatives, are being questioned because it turns out that in the bank accounts of Sharik's immediate relatives, there have been numerous transactions, foreign transactions that have taken place, and most of it has been coming in from Dubai. In fact, the Enforcement Directorate, let's put out these details. Enforcement Directorate has carried out the raids in 5 places in Shivamogga to find out about the financial transaction of Sharik, Maz as well as Yassin. Remember, Sharik is the prime accused in the Mangaluru bomb blast case. The Enforcement Directorate has also picked up the details about crypto wallets that are being used to fund terror plot in coastal Karnataka. That's the details, crypto wallets that were basically used. That's the bigger concern that the Enforcement Directorate has. We'll try and go across to my colleague Prajwal, who's getting us the latest details. One, with regards to the operation, we haven't put out the breaking news with regards to the 4 lakh rupees. That's the amount that he had essentially received for carrying out the operation in Mangaluru. That's the big breaking news, the biggest news point coming in right now with regards to the fact that 4 lakh rupees was given to Sharik, and that Sharik is basically linked to Al Hind, the terror group Al Hind. That's also a confirmation now coming in from our sources. They suspect that there was a larger terror plot. He was linked to another terror group called Al Hind, and the fact that he could have actually received the money for several other operations, and that's the reason why the Enforcement Directorate also being looking into all these aspects. While we're getting in our reporters on the ground, let's put out the details about the money that Sharik had actually received. Prajwal is joining us on this broadcast. Prajwal, we've spoken to our sources within the central agency to get more details. It turns out 4 lakh rupees was actually given to Sharik. We do not know where did the money exactly come in from, but it turns out that it came in, mostly the money came in from Dubai is what we are being told. Numerous transactions, money being divided into smaller amounts like 800 rupees, 1000 rupees. That's what we are also being told, that it was divided into multiple parts. Over 100 transactions have taken place in the year 2022 itself. And not just Sharik, but Sharik's immediate relatives. We are not naming those because remember, his relatives are now being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. The questioning is underway. We're withholding certain information that we have at this point in time. But Prajwal, the latest details now we're getting from top sources within the central agency. One, that 4 lakh rupees was actually given to Sharik. Sharik was involved in crypto trading, and the fact that his relatives are now being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate because it turns out in the year 2022, over 100 transactions have taken place, mostly coming in from Dubai. That's what the Enforcement Directorate suspects, and they also believe that he's a small-time operator. There is a possibility of others also being involved. What are the details that you're picking up right now?
Shravan, looking at this entire nexus, which happened in Mangaluru, mainly about the Mangaluru cooker blast over here, and mainly now Sharik's fundings are being questioned, both international as well as domestic too, and we clearly pointed out that majority of the money came in from Middle East and mainly from Dubai as well. But now, as a part of a larger nexus and a larger conspiracy, the NIA as well as the ED have been able to track who the handlers have been, because initially it was also pointed out that the Al Hayat module is also involved in this, and mainly Abdul Mateen Taha as well as Arafat Ali, two of the handlers who had gone on to give money to Sharik as well, and now they have left traces of it on the dark web too, which the ED has gone on and investigate. this is as far as which concerns the international terror funding angle, but also the domestic terror funding angle is being questioned here. And as you pointed out, that a sum of 4 lakh rupees has been transferred to Sharik to carry out the blast. And also, initially when the Shimoga terror blast, the trial blast were being conducted, it was the very same Sharik who had gone on to transfer the money to Maz Munir Ahmad, one of the prime accused in the blast. And there has been constant financial transaction between Sharik as well as Maz Munir Ahmad too. And the NIA found this out, and they also went through their bank transactions, after which the Enforcement Directorate too was brought into this particular case. And in this regard, 5 locations in Karnataka were searched, and 3 of the locations were in Shimoga's Tirthali Taluk as well. And one of it was also that of Sharik's father, a commercial complex which he had owned. And the images or the videos that we see on the right side of our screen clearly shows that it is a Congress office which had been leased out to the Congress party for a period of 8 years from 2015 to 2023. And now it is being understood the role of Kimane Ratnakar is also being questioned here at this point of time. But he stated that the ED...
Right. Thank you very much, Prajwal, for getting us the latest details. Shifting focus now to the third story that we're getting for you tonight. This is coming in from the national capital. Yet another shocker. A policeman was stabbed 12 times by a man caught stealing a mobile phone, and a crowd failed to stop the attacker or even react. The 57-year-old constable battled for his life and then succumbed to his injuries. My colleague Piyush Mishra gets you this report from the national capital.
On 4th January at 4 p.m, ASI Shambhu Dayal caught a thief who had robbed a house in Mayapuri area of Delhi, and while this thief was being taken to a police station for further interrogation, he took out a knife hidden in his pocket and stabbed ASI Shambhu Dayal multiple times at his vital parts. Though, even after being attacked, ASI caught him with the help of locals and then handed over him to his other colleagues from Delhi police. But unfortunately, he had to be admitted in the hospital, and after getting treatment for 4 days, he succumbed to his injuries. Right now, I am reporting from the same spot where this incident had taken place. At around 4 p.m. on 4th of January, this incident had taken place when a thief had robbed a house, and after that the complainant whose house was robbed, she went to police station, and after going to police station, ASI Shambhu Dayal came here. He caught that thief, and while he was being taken to police station, he was stabbed. This is the same spot where this incident had taken place, and the entire incident was also caught in that CCTV camera which is fixed here at this location in Mayapuri.
Mohan Bhagwat talks tolerance. Who is polarizing? What's wrong with speaking against religious supremacy? Who's politicizing Mohan Bhagwat's comments? Arnab debates at 9 p.m.
ये कहानी 1947 में जाती है सर। एक नया मुल्क बनता है पाकिस्तान। जो ऑफिसर्स हैं इंडियन आर्मी में, उनको ये बोला जाता है कि आप चूज करें आप कहां पे जाना चाहते हैं।
मेरे पिताजी जनरल सैयद मेहदी हसनैन उस वक्त कैप्टन जब आर्मी के अंदर आए थे तो फर्स्ट गढ़वाल राइफल्स में आए। प्योर हिंदू सोल्जर्स कम्युनिटी जो थी पूरी, उसमें एक अकेला मुसलमान। उनके कमांडिंग ऑफिसर ने उनसे पूछा, बंटवारे के अंदर आप क्या चाहेंगे, किसी मुस्लिम यूनिट के साथ, मुस्लिम रेजिमेंट के साथ पाकिस्तान आर्मी में जाने की? जवाब जो था बहुत जबरदस्त। मैंने सोच लिया मैं उस देश में जाऊंगा, मैं उस फौज में जाऊंगा जिसमें मजहब के लिए कोई अलग जगह नहीं है।
नीतीश कुमार के लिए प्रधानमंत्री की पद की दावेदारी पेश कर दी है। हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं जेडीयू के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष ललन सिंह जी। ललन जी, कल आपने जमुई के एक सभा में कहा कि नीतीश कुमार बेहतर प्रधानमंत्री के उम्मीदवार हैं नरेंद्र मोदी के बनिस्पत, और आपने कुछ योजनाओं का भी गिनती किया कि उनका कॉपी किया है बिहार सरकार की योजनाओं का केंद्र सरकार ने। तो क्या ये माना जाए कि नीतीश कुमार अब प्रधानमंत्री पद के रेस में आ गए हैं? आधिकारिक तौर पर
नहीं, ये कभी हमने नहीं कहा कि मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार जी प्रधानमंत्री के रेस में हैं। मैंने ये कहा कि देश का प्रधानमंत्री बनने के लिए जो भी गुण चाहिए वो सारे गुण नीतीश कुमार जी में उपलब्ध हैं। मैंने ये कहा कि नीतीश कुमार जी को का विजन है, उनकी सोच है, अपनी सोच को जो जनहित की योजनाएं हैं उसको कार्यान्वित कराने की उनकी क्षमता है। और उसी संदर्भ में मैंने कहा कि बिहार में कई योजनाएं उन्होंने प्रारंभ की, साइकिल योजना, पोशाक योजना, हर घर बिजली योजना, हर घर नल का जल योजना, ये सारी योजनाएं, महिला सशक्तिकरण के लिए जीविका योजना, इन सारी योजनाओं को उन्होंने कार्यान्वित किया और इन सभी योजनाओं को केंद्र सरकार ने 2 साल 3 साल के बाद इसको अपने योजना बनाकर देश भर में लागू किया। तो नीतीश कुमार जी के पास विजन है, जो वो सोचते हैं आज वो 3 साल के बाद केंद्र सरकार उसको करती है। मैंने यही कहा, तो इसलिए कहा कि प्रधानमंत्री बनने का गुण नीतीश कुमार जी में उपलब्ध।
And let's take a look at what else is making news this morning. According to the Prime Minister's office, the Prime Minister will inaugurate the 26th National Youth Festival in Hubballi, Karnataka on the 12th of January at around 4 in the evening. The festival will witness the Youth Summit, which will have plenary discussions on 5 themes stemming from G20 and Y20 events. Ahead of the 2023 Assembly elections, the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee President D.K. Shivakumar, along with party senior leader Siddaramaiah and others, announced the launch of the ambitious bus yatra that is known as Prajadhabi Yatra, which will begin from Mangaluru today.
Big celebration of original Indian cinema. Indian original cinema gets global recognition. Will copycat content pushers in Bollywood wake up? Arnab debates at 10 p.m. Shankar Mishra goes on the aggressive. Arrested for urinating on passenger, denies charges. Air India P-Gate accused says he's innocent. Arnab debates at 10:30 p.m.
Natu Natu from RRR scripts history, wins Golden Globe for original soundtrack. Mohan Bhagwat gives message on tolerance, says no harm to Muslims living in India. Owaisi slams Mohan Bhagwat. He says Muslims don't need permission from RSS chief. And yes, that is our top story this evening, as I am Suesha Savan joining you on the broadcast at 6:30. RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat's "Muslims have nothing to fear in India" remark that has sparked a massive political furor. NC has hit out saying no Muslims are afraid of Bhagwat and that he is trying to instill fear in the minds of people, while BJP has come out in support, saying India wants peace. Owaisi has hit out too. He said, who is Mohan Bhagwat to give Muslims the permission to live in India or follow our faith? Lot of reactions that come in on this. Let's listen in.
आरएसएस का एक बहुत बड़ा बिलीफ है और वो बिलीफ क्या है कि सुप्रीम